Bet you did not expect this shit, did you? I'm like the invisible man having an orgasm. You didn't see me coming. Unless you've seen my shit before, in which case I'm like some hobo furiously masturbating in an alleyway. You may not like it, but you're gonna watch. My name's French accent. I'm doing one-liners and puns. Have I hit my mark? Am I looking good here? Can you hear me all right? I'm a loud son of a gun. All right. This is much better than the old folks home I did one time, so still a good gig. I'm into it. I'm doing one-liners and puns. For example, do you know what you call a big cat that is gay?
What?
A dandelion. You guys deflated like a beach ball. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I was listening to the radio recently. I think country is just American mariachi music. I love that joke because you can't quite pin down the racism. It's very sneaky. It's very sneaky. I love how you're right on your cell phone over there. She's in a garage with Frenchmen that have one eye yelling on an accordion every day. This is just Tuesday, but it's fucking Sunday. That's a switch. That's a switch. I do one-liners. I yell at the audience. I try to get them involved. Sometimes I do not. I'm gonna try some of the more basic stuff. When I've got my hair long and my beard short, the girls are like, ooh, he's a tiger. But when I've got my hair short and my beard long, they're like, oh, he's the lion. But when I shave my head and my beard, they're like, oh, he's a potato. All right, see? Clean laughs, they're good, right? You want to hear a clean joke or a dirty joke?
Dirty!
Oh, so we'll go clean. All right, dirty. You know what, Christian? No, that's the clean one. Do you know what you call a hooker with AIDS?
What?
A discount. Or a penis fly trap. Or Cardi B. Or a particularly scathing but accurate indictment of the United States educational system. Because it's broke and dead inside. Oh, we got satirical up in this bitch. You guys owed it to Cardi B. That bitch would roofie your ass and steal the money in your wallet. She's admitted to it. She's the Cosby. He put the roofie into the jello pudding and the lady took the quaaludes. The Cardi B making the money moves. With the quaaludes. It's a new rap song. That was a new bit I've never done before. I hope it was funny. I don't know. I had a friend. His name was Bill. Bill was a Native American and Bill was an alcoholic. Not because he was Native American, you racists. He was alcoholic because he had Parkinson's disease. We called him, that wasn't the funny part. We called him William Shakespeare. That's funny on like 3 levels. But a guy with Parkinson's being drunk, that's sad. Why did you laugh at that? No, it's all right. It was macabre. Very sneaky. Do you know what you call a Hebrew with a very low pH balance?
What?
An acidic Jew. Or Barbara Streisand. You want to know how bad she's doing after she criticized the Michael Jackson victims? I did that show at an open mic in Malibu. She showed up. She said, actually, I've got a very high pH balance. I said, oh, you're not acidic. You're basic. You're a basic Jew. That is how I lost this eye. You were wondering about the eye patch? One joke. Actually, she was a really good sport about it. She went in to give me a peck on the cheek. Her nose got me. Bitch got a beak. That was a deep cut. That was a deep cut. Those jokes haven't been funny since the 90s. Thank you. Oh, am I wrapping it up? I need to make it like a baby and head up. Keep going. 7 minutes more. Stand back. Stand back. Is that what we're doing? I don't do Pictionary. I'm deaf in this eye. All right. I wish I was that smart. I've done that joke before. But not the Pictionary bit, though. This was a good inversion of it. How many minutes have I done?
You have 1.5 minutes.
1.5 minutes? 1.5 minutes? Okay, let me think. What closer am I going to do? In some religions, stars are really angels, and angels are really stars. But in Hollywood, stars are really celebrities, and celebrities are really sex offenders. Puts a whole new spin on Touched by an Angel, doesn't it? I went there looking to get a part in a movie, not a part inside me. All right. That was was a dirty joke. That wasn't really what I was going to close on. So I am from Wyoming, obviously. I lived in Colorado about 8 years. Someone said to me, Wyoming, you know what the letters in Wyoming stand for, don't you? I said, what? He said, Wyoming, where you overdo methamphetamine in nightly gatherings. I said, oh yeah? Well, you know what Colorado stands for? He said, what? I said, Colorado. Crazy old liberals? Dorado. All right, I will leave you with this little gem. I like my women like I like my chocolate, cheap and at the gas station. I think women are like shopping centers. You're more likely to be inside one if you got some cash. All right, those were some sexist, chauvinistic jokes. Ladies, you want to hear me close with a man joke?
Yeah!
Come on, you two, you want to hear a man joke? All right, here we go. Men are like dogs. Men are like dogs. Fiercely loyal. See what I did there? Fuck you, ladies. I play an accordion. I already know I'm going home by myself. My name's Franz Accent, a.k.a. Kevin Bennett. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Mock.
Ing.
Bird.
Yeah.
Mock.
Ing.
Bird.
Mocking.
Bird. Hey, welcome to Sunday morning sessions. Kevin, or French, how would you like to be referred for the remainder?
Whatever's clever house.
All right, cool. Senor Flaclamo.
How did you know? How did you know?
It's an absolute joy having you on the show. When you first moved to LA, I want to say the first couple of weeks, you actually hit up Bretta's, Mike and Gardena.
I did.
So we met when you first came out here.
Well, which year was that? Was that 2016 or 17?
That was one
because I remember Bretta's. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I haven't been there since.
Well, you're a lot of fun.
Thank you much. What I was doing is I was trying to hit every single mic I possibly could in the scene, and I ended up hitting Bretta's, and it's one of my favorite ones. But I'm not always, but I try to be as booked as I can.
No,
So
I feel you. I would definitely take a free appetizer for 20 minutes of my work over 5 minutes at a time.
Well, but you guys are a fun bar and you're a good crowd.
Well, you're a fun bar.
Well, thank you much. I do drink a lot, and I've got voices in my head.
Well, definitely get that checked out. I love you. You're cared for. You're of value.
Well, thank you.
So here's actually one thing I want to talk about. So you're getting to be a big deal.
Am I? I appreciate that. I hope so. This is the hope I have.
Well, you are on a show that'll get 20 to 30 views. So you know what I mean?
20 to 30.
Definitely.
I dig it.
But you were just on AGT, and you got a hell of a segment. I want to hear about what was that experience like?
Well, so I auditioned accidentally. They just said there was going to be a casting producer from NBC at a Hooters open mic that we had to do 2 minutes of network clean for. Comedy Chow.
Comedy Chow.
Comedy Chow. Stephen Holloman runs that, and he's got a whole group with him that are amazing, and he's such a great guy, and I owe him one, and I owe Mikey McKiernan one, because McKiernan, he took a bullet for me in terms of going up. Because what happens is they draw a name from a hat with a lot of these mics, and I'm never first.
And it's completely a lottery. So if you're there an hour before, you could wait 4 hours before you get up. Or if you get there and then you just throw your name in and they're like, boop, 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 you could be the next one.
Boom, exactly. So they pulled me first. I've never had that happen, and I have to put my thing on, and it takes me, I can do it inside a minute, but I can't do it inside 10 seconds. So Mikey took the bullet for me and jumped, because he was the next one called. Yeah, he was on deck. So he did it for me, and that allowed me to get into my costume. And he had a good set, but the gal liked me. He's a hilarious cat. Him and I are on shows all the time. I think he's about to take off like a rocket. But anyway.
So you both, I would say you are the two comics in LA with the top two best hairstyles of anyone else. With that beard and his ferocious, beautiful hair.
It is. It puts Kenny G to shame.
Oh, man. So when you...
So, yeah, she liked me, and she got me on America's Got Talent, and there was a bunch of auditioning. I had to audition 3 or 4 different times. I had to send in a couple video auditions. I had to do some phone interviews, and all that kind of stuff. I had to sign a bunch of contracts and stuff. Some stuff I can talk about, some I can't. Basically, I can talk about the stuff that you would be able to infer or figure out on your own. I can't talk about proprietary stuff. So here's what I can tell you. The day I went on, I think there was something like 400 people who did the live interview or live audition, and I was the last one. I was the last one, and it was almost midnight, and I'd been there since 10:30 in the morning, and I had a slight cold. I was telling you all about that earlier. I had a slight cold, and Howie Mandel is well known to have,
germaphobe.
Yeah, germaphobe tendencies. And so
we're gonna get this guy.
So I thought I had him. So anyway, nice to try, but you don't catch a fry.
I don't.
We need to wax on, wax off this fly with a chopstick.
Yeah, let's get Howie Mandel in here. He'll do it.
Yeah, but he's got the sick shenaniganery, and I didn't want to lose him because I knew he was the only guy who was gonna be on my side. So I was really tired.
Was he the only comic judge? Was Howard Stern on?
No, it was Howie, Mel, Heidi, and Simon. And Mel and Heidi, they're not a.
See you and be like,
by the by, none of them are American naturally. Howie converted to the American religion. Howie came from the Canadian faith into America, if you will. But the other three, they're not even on the rate. They're German,
English,
British, and British. Why are you judging America anyway? I thought that was goofy.
She should have just told you what she wanted, what she really, really wanted.
Yeah, and here's what they do that everyone knows with reality TV shows is they cut things up to fit a segment at a time and follow a beginning, middle, and end narrative.
Yeah.
So,
because here's the thing. In your arc of what was shown, it seemed like they didn't get you, and then it seemed like you won them over, even though the narrative was kind of like, It didn't really show me winning them over, did it? It just suddenly happened. It was like No Country for Old Men, but comedically. Exactly. You could hear the audience get more and more. But one, that could just be sound editing.
Yeah.
But two, they were just like, ooh.
And then all of a sudden they're like, standing ovation, standing. Yeah. So what happened?
I think the caption is like, weird stand-up comic wins over not happy crowd. Like,
that's one.
Up on.
You can just look up French accent AGT and it'll show up.
Yeah.
But Agged, French Agged descent. But anyway, it was actually a segment between 5 and 10 minutes long.
Okay.
And they cut out a bunch of stuff. And essentially, the story they told is what happened. What they don't really show, some of the jokes they put as part of my act were actually live improvised responses between me and the audience. And they made it look like when I said, I live in an RV with 2 cats, and I'd like to change that. That was part of the who are you and where do you live questionnaire.
Yeah.
That wasn't one of my bits.
That wasn't part of the actual...
But it made the audience laugh really hard, and I had a bunch of that going on because I just never dropped character. I came out roaring. But the thing is, with a reality show, you've got to fill time, you've got to tell a narrative, you've got to make a story, you've got to produce it. Yeah. Basically, reality TV shows, and it's not just America's Got Talent, it's all of them, they use the footage they capture as fodder from which to develop a final product.
Exactly.
So what they tell is almost never reality. This is closer to reality right now because, even with minimal editing, it's an interview and we know this is kind of what happened than any of those shows are. All those shows...
Just because of that, we're actually going to splice this part of the interview and put it at the beginning to form a better arc and story.
And it'll be meta as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so with AGT, I was very tired. It had been a long day. I went out there and I was just so tired and I was slightly sick and I was the last one. Tyra Banks didn't even hang out for mine. She hung out for the performer right before mine and then she's like, I'm out. And just disappeared. She didn't even hang out. So then it was my turn. There was a comedian who went up before me. And so that's not what the show shows, but that's the order of...
Who went up before you?
I don't remember her name. Okay. She's from New York. She's been on The Tonight Show before.
Okay.
I've never been on nothing. I live in a van. She's been on The Tonight Show.
Was it Kevin Hart?
No. It was a girl. Well,
okay, I don't know.
She was very tall. I know she was very tall, and she had jokes about being goofy looking. She got 4 check marks, and I don't think they even showed her in the season.
Really?
Yeah, because so the way it works, it's a reality show, and they can only put so many contestants through.
Yeah.
So now I don't understand. This is 8 minutes. Do we only go to 10?
That was our, let's wrap up.
Wrap it up? Okay, I gotta make like a baby and head out here.
No, but I want this arc of the story.
That's my dad's phrase. I didn't make that up. I ain't that clever. My dad come up with the make like a baby and head out thing. For realism and transparency's sake. Point being...
Isn't that the bad one? Shouldn't it be legs out? No, it should be head out.
No, it should be head out. What kind of babies are you having?
What's the one where it goes around
spider babies? That's umbilical strangulation.
Yeah.
That's not a birth. This took a turn.
So real quick, you're there, a comic went on before you go on there, splice it up. After your set, what are you feeling? What's happening? Or are you just like, cool, I'm just going to go back to my place and sleep?
Well, I felt great because ostensibly I was going on to the next round, but what I was working to is because of production decisions, etc.
The next round featured you, and then it was
yeah, and hey, I'm happy for that. I have no.
Because the next round, it was still probably what, like 100 people.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details of it. I just know broadly what I'm saying is speculation based on what I can observe and what I know doesn't violate the terms of the contract I signed.
Right.
Because I can't give away any proprietary details.
sorry.
So I haven't given any proprietary details away. I've just told, you could basically figure that out by watching it if you wanted to.
Well, it's amazing that you had that experience, and it's crazy because, 10 years ago, we were all itching for our Tonight Show set, our late show set, our late night set, our HBO special. But now, like, the big thing, and kind of like the thing where I think the comedy marketing movement is going, is getting viral. You know what I mean? And you did it, and it's amazing to see how that's kind of taken your career in cool places. So congratulations!
Yes, thank you.
Good
Lord's help me out.
How many? We're at 9. We're at 9. We're at 9, so we got to wrap it up.
Gotta go quick.
But tell me really quick, what's your Instagram handle? What's your
Kevin.Bennett.969. Kevin Bennett is one profile on Facebook. The other one is French Accent. I'm also on Twitter as French Accent at PianoMan69. Keep smiling. I love it. I have an album out on YouTube. It's called Weather Local by Kevin Bennett. I have 2 novels out. Amphibian, which is still in print. You can get it either in trade paperback or you can get it in digital copy. The Thief and the Sacrifice is no longer in print, but there is a Facebook page. You can check it out at and read a free galley copy for free. Free. You can find me on Spotify.com. Just look up Kevin Bennett. My comedy album isn't out yet, but it will be soon.
The audio cut out on that last minute. Can you repeat that really quick?
Son of the bitch.
Hey, thank you so much for coming through, brother. I appreciate it.
Much.
Kevin Bennett, Mr. Senor French, the accent that is El Francais. Buenos dias. I took a little French in high school. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.
Au revoir.
All right, so now for the clean joke. I bet you didn't expect that quick start, did you? Do you know what Christian Protestants call the Catholic Catechism? Pulp Fiction. That was the Pulp Fiction theme song. I told you that joke so I could tell you this one. When the Pope comes to the United States, you know what his favorite fast food chicken restaurant in the South is? What? It's Popeye's Chicken, because it's spelled P-O-P-E-Y-E-S. The Pope says yes. All right. I was in San Francisco recently. I saw a sign on a billboard. It said, Art for AIDS. I thought, that's not a very fair trade. But it does describe San Francisco. It does. I just took a shot out of a San Francisco glass. I hope I'm still healthy. I don't know. That was some delicious whiskey, though. I love that whiskey. In Nazi Germany, the Nazis thought Hitler was the Nazi Messiah. But then the Allies invaded and Hitler committed suicide. So I guess that means he was Nazi Messiah.
No.
I don't think you guys like that one as much. Do we all know who Ray Romano is in here?
Yeah.
I found out how to do a really good Ray Romano impression. I just do Kermit the Frog doing his impression of Christopher Walken. That was an impression within an impression. That impression was Inception. I was driving down the interstate in California. I saw a sign by the side of the road. It said, High Wind Advisory. I thought, my goodness, in California, even the wind gets stoned. What would a high wind sound like, I wonder? I'm just gonna blow all over the place. Let you in a little secret. Sometimes I do this joke when I forget what the next one is. Okay, I remember now. You cannot see it, but I'm winking at you. Not you. You. All right. That is the Disney one. You're right. That is where I was going next. You're right. But I didn't actually forget. It was a gimmick. All right. That's all that was. Let me get into this. Every Disney movie you've ever seen is either promoting the occult, drug use / drunkenness, or outright sexuality. If you don't believe it, let me tell you about Mary fucking Poppins. Mary Poppins was a witch. You don't believe she was a witch? What did the witch witches used to do. They would take you into the woods and have you drink a potion with a hallucinogen so that you had an experience which you thought was spiritual. I haven't hit the mic stand yet. But in reality, it was really just a trick to get you to do what they wanted or to get an effect. What did Mary Poppins do? The banker and the suffragette had bratty kids. They couldn't deal with themselves. They hire a nanny. The nanny doesn't want to deal with them. She gives them a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. You know who else used a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down? Timothy fucking Leary. All right, Mary Poppins dosed those kids. If you don't believe it, what happens immediately after the spoonful of sugar? They're on a merry-go-round. All of a sudden, the carousel's animated. Then there's a bunch of cartoon penguins. Blue-collar workers are popping out of the chimneys, and Dick Van Dyke's got a Cockney accent. All right, Mary Poppins was a witch. She dosed those kids. It's in every Disney movie. Give me a Disney movie. I will show you where they have messed with it. Mulan. Cross-dressing. That was easy pickings. Give me another one. Lion King. Rafiki. He was a witch doctor. Timon and Pumbaa. Gay. All right. Give me another one. Rapunzel. Let down your long hair. Rapunzel. Bitch should shave down there. All right. Snow White. Cocaine. All right. These are Moana. What? Moana, paganistic deity worship of the sea.
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island? Pirates are not cool. They are not cool. We should not be normalizing pirates in any way, shape, or form. I am a singing joke bard, not a pirate. I don't even have one pirate joke. Okay, I had a closer, but it's 90 seconds. Should I do it?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Is Bon Jovi's mother Mom Bon Jovi? If Bon Jovi went to prison and were released, would we heretofore refer to him as ex-con Bon Jovi? Say Bon Jovi knocks up a chick. Spawn Bon Jovi? If Bon Jovi converted to Islam, would he be Ramadan Bon Jovi? If Bon Jovi were in a Star Trek, would he be Bon Jovi? If Bon Jovi were in a Star Wars, would he be Han Bon Jovi? Leo's a princess with bones. Her planet blew up, she got thrown in jail, it's tough. So tough. Luke lives on Tatooine all day. He cleans droids and stuff, and his uncle is gruff, but it's okay. Okay. Cause don't you know you gotta hold on to what you've got. It don't make no difference you're a Wookiee or not. I'm Han Bon Jovi and that's a lot of love. Darth Vader's a twat. Whoa, I didn't write any more lyrics. My name is Frank Jackson, a.k.a. Kevin Bennett. God bless you all again.
Oui, oui, bonjour, je m'appelle Erik. Tu es... And
Dremagix. That sounded like Borat.
vous êtes un Sunday morning sessions avec moi, a Kevin Bennett / Francois accent. That was not. I took 2 years. I took Spanish afterward.
Pronounced Francois.
I'm sorry, I'm horrible. Baguette, buenos dias. See there, I know some French. Either way, we would really appreciate it if you subscribed, if you liked us, if you shared us, if you just put the word out there. More Sunday morning sessions coming at you every single week, so definitely check those out. Check out past episodes. You can check out a bunch of more 3 sweet production stuff right down here in the bio, in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, French accent. Thank you, Kevin. You're great.
I'm covering my eye because he was covering his eye. Hold on. Yeah, I'm covering my eye. Sacred blue.
Thank you for watching, guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your YouTube experience.